Stop.
Yes! Wow! I think that was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
Hey there folks, it's David Rush here with another Guinness World Record video. This has to be the most impossible Guinness World Records title I've ever broken. I just ran a sub 8-minute mile. 7 minutes, 54 seconds. Out of the 7 billion people on the planet, most can run a mile. I'd say a couple billion can run a sub 8-minute mile. I did it while juggling. That brings the grand total down to maybe a couple thousand that can run a sub 8-minute mile while juggling. I also did it while blindfolded. That means there's a grand total of 1 person that can run a sub 8-minute mile while juggling, while blindfolded. I ran over 3,000 miles while juggling to prepare for this, and the first Guinness World Records title I ever broke was longest duration blindfolded juggling at 6 minutes, 34 seconds. I broke that again at 22 minutes a few years ago, and of course my personal best is actually much higher than the current Guinness World Records title. I am so thrilled to put all those skills together to beat the Guinness minimum of 8 minutes, 35 seconds, because of course no one else has ever broken this Guinness World Record. I ran it out on a straight road, and I had people on left and right, so I could hear their footsteps, as well as 1 person behind me telling me if I was in the middle of the road, being 3, at the edges 1 and 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I went to 2 or 4, I had to hone back into 3. If I went to 1 or 5, that means immediately get back to the middle of the road, or you're gonna run off and hurt yourself. There were a few coordination problems with the vehicles in front of me. I was trying to have them go close so that they could film me, but they had a hard time trying to pace themselves, and I almost ran into one of the cars during one of the attempts. Check it out here.
Stop, 5.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna die. And I almost did. Out of 130 Guinness World Records, I placed this one in the top 3 for being the most proud of them, being the world's fastest juggler, the longest duration blindfolded juggling. Now the fastest mile juggling blindfolded. Come on! And you know what? I had the loudest come on I'd ever had at the end of this record attempt. One of the challenges here is when you're running blindfolded, it is highly disorienting. I basically have to psych myself out, say, hey, nothing's happening, there's nothing in front of me, just keep running and trust that the people around you are your eyes. They're telling you what you need to do, and they're gonna tell you to stop if something bad happens. The particular road I was running on had potholes in it. It was washboardy and with rocks sticking out, and so I stepped on a few of those, which made it challenging. I did drop the ball in 4 different places. 0.15 miles, 0.25 miles, 0.6 miles, 0.75 miles. Even though I dropped it in only 4 places, the hardest part is restarting. And so when I restart, I often drop it right away. And so at 0.25 miles, I dropped it 3 times. At 0.6 miles, I dropped it 5 times. So at the halfway mark, I was at 3 minutes, 45 seconds, on pace for a 7:30 mile. Each drop takes me about 5 to 6 seconds to recover from the time I drop it to start running again. However, there's also the acceleration time. So that's about 7 seconds per drop I'm losing. Times 10 drops, that's 70 seconds. I was running 6-minute, 45-second pace while juggling, while blindfolded. I finished in 7 minutes, 54.22 seconds.
Totally blacked out.
That is 100% blacked out.
All right, close up with the blindfold here on, just make sure.
Actually, let me shoot the middle bit here first, so there's nothing in there. On the face. Okay, here we go!
Go! Set, go! Go! 3. Ready, set, go! 3, 4, 3.
Go faster!
2, 3, 4. 4, 3. 2, 3, 2, 3, 4.
Shoot. Where'd it go?
Three, two, 2, 3. Half a mile, 3:45. 3:45.
Oh, he's doing awesome right now. Good stretch.
3, 4, 3.
All right, Martin. Was I behind the .25?
Yes, you're right behind .25. Dude, come on. Come on, dude. Come on. Settle down. We're good. No. Come on, David. Settle down.
2. Into 3. 4. 3. 4. 3. 2, 3. 0.75. 0.75. 6 minutes. Three, 2, 3, 4, 3.
Stop. Come on! Yes! Wow!
Stop.
I think you got it.
Come on! Yeah! Woo!
756.
Come on, juggling. Come blindfolded, buddy. That's like the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Come on! Yes! Wow! I think that was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Buddy, come on! Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Woohoo! Woohoo!
Good work, Dave. That was awesome. I got 754.
Yes! Wow! I think that was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Come on! Come on! Can't believe I just did that. I've run over 3,000 miles while juggling to be able to do this. And I couldn't have done it without this team here running with me. I tell you, they're the eyes and the mouth that allowed me to stay on track. Both the ones running beside me, Jonathan and Dusty, kept me in the road. And then Chris told me if I was on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the quadrant to make sure I zeroed down on 3. And I didn't just break one Guinness World Record in this run, I broke 2. I think I started behind the 0.25 mile mark and juggled straight until I got to past the 0.6 mile mark, meaning I juggled continuously while blindfolded for 0.35 miles. That breaks the previous record of 100 yards handedly.
Please I'd love it if you'd hit that like button, hit that subscribe. I'm trying to break a Guinness World Records title per week this year, and today I broke 2, both for the fastest mile run while juggling blindfolded at 7 minutes, 54 seconds, as well as the furthest distance traveled on foot while juggling blindfolded, from the 0.25 mile marker to the 0.6 mile marker for 0.35 miles traveled in 2 minutes, 27 seconds. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week for another video.